The experience for creating personalizations with Sitecore XM Cloud is a little bit different than Sitecore Personalize. Now, this experience only works for sites that are in Sitecore, and once you go to Sitecore's newest version of CMS, which is XM Cloud. All right, so the way this one works is within XM Cloud itself, there is an integration with Personalize. I mean, you still have to purchase Personalize for this to work, but there is an integration with Personalize in Sitecore XM Cloud. So with that, I'm going to click on the Personalize icon right here, and it shows you the different variants of the page, as well as what it does is it shows you every time there is a different experience of a module. So for example, right here, we see that this might be a different experience. So these are all the default experiences here, and it just shows you the ones that we can personalize by looking at this little icon right here. Now I'm going to select the second variation of this completed questionnaire, and what you're going to see in here is is it this one right here? You're actually going to see experiences that are personalized. So with this one, we have, as you can see, a different experience in here. It says, let us help you get started. And this is what it shows you. And you can, of course, create a different, you can point it to a different component. In this experience, when you go down here, it says need more help. So it's a personalized version of that experience that we were already seeing. So these little icons help you see which ones are personalized and which ones are not. And of course, to personalize it, you can just, it's similar to how you do it in Sitecore XP today. You select it and you can pick a different component from your component list to show up there. So a little bit easier than Sitecore Personalize, and it does allow you to create content right in here with AI as well. So having said that, and then the next part is, creating variants of the pages are also pretty easy, because all you do is create a new variant and you can give it a name. Oops. And we can select our audience in here. Now, one thing to keep in mind is even with Sitecore XM Cloud, our list is pretty limited in terms of the audience, in terms of the filters that we have to create our audiences or select the segments, but we can create more by going into Sitecore Personalize, and where it will take you is this screen right here where you have the conditions that are out of the box, but then you can create your own conditions in here and select those. And you can actually write code to create pretty much any rule that you can think of. So there is a lot of flexibility there. So for this, I'm just going to select this one just as an example. The visitor has started on page, and then aba.com, let's say they've started on the home page in this visit. All right. Now, okay, and then we can see it and save it. All right, and now what we can do again is our new variant is going to show up in here, and we can start to personalize to this variant. What I will say is this personalization is page-based, so it's one page at a time that you're able to personalize it. You can personalize any aspect of the page, but it is one page at a time that we're allowed to personalize the variant. And it does allow now in in context editing. So this version of the page will show this, whereas if we go into this version of the page, of course, it would have a different experience. And then finally, you can see the analysis of your page and how it's performing as compared to the different variants. And what you can do is also select your variants in here to compare them one to the other and see how each of the variants are comparing to the other. So completed questionnaire, so it's basically now visitors of default in purple versus completed questionnaire. And you can kind of see every aspect of this comparing one to the other. All right, and that's pretty much it for Sitecore XM Cloud and how that experience would work with personalization.